Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Curious Currents, the marine biology podcast where two curious minds learn about the wonders and the weirdos of the ocean together. My name's Emily, marine biology graduate with a passion for storytelling.
And my name is Shiv. I ask questions. And, make funny jokes and go off in tangents that Emily has to edit out and go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Today we're talking about cephalopod intelligence, because if 8 arms, 3 hearts and insane camouflage wasn't enough, they've got 9 brains as well.
No wonder
they can open jars, escape aquariums and possibly experience consciousness. We've a lot to tackle this episode, so let's
I thought they were arms.
started. Cephalopods in general.
Oh, yeah, they're both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I got you there.
So we're going to get a bit philosophical in this episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What is intelligence? Is it the deep sigh?
I'm getting flashbacks to my degree and people sitting around in a circle being like, but is it? And then me dropping out of the philosophy class.
So what is intelligence? Is it problem solving, learning from experiences, self-awareness? There's a thing that they do to test intelligence levels or consciousness levels in animals where they put a mirror in front of them.
Oh.
And then if they can recognise
they do that with
that's
babies too.
Themselves.
There's a development test for babies.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And if an animal can recognise that that's himself, it has self-awareness, and that's a form of intelligence. Like dolphins can recognise themselves. Dogs can't.
Dogs are silly little beans. But is that also where they're like, oh, is your cat smart or not? And it's like, does the cat put its paw up to stop its face being smashed into a wall? And the answer is almost always in the internet, no.
No, it will not. It's about critical thinking, emotional intelligence, different creativity, your brain size. There's a lot of different things you can use to try and quantify intelligence. And most of our measurements we have are pretty human-centric. So it's thinking how we view intelligence for us and through our eyes, not thinking about an octopus.
Can you change a light bulb?
Yeah, I mean an octopus maybe, yeah. We usually use something called the encephalization quotient, which is basically just the body mass to brain ratio.
Oh, okay.
On which scale octopuses do score relatively high. But there's no rule of thumb for any actual measurement of intelligence. So like we said, dogs fail the mirror test, but they can be trained and they have a really acute sense of smell. So does that mean they have no intelligence?
They have their special little talents.
They just don't recognise themselves.
They just go, intruder!
They can detect drugs and sniff out bombs, but they don't know what they look like.
Do you know they get bees to do stuff like that now too? As well?
What?
Yeah, there's sorry, tangent. I'm gonna stop.
No, tell me.
To be fair, also I'm not super well versed in this little tangent, but they were looking in to see if they could get train bees to track different chemicals and scents and stuff like that. Just because they do a lot of that feely stuff.
I did not know that. That's cool. Yeah, so octopuses, a running theme through all these episodes have been that octopuses have involved their intelligence independently of vertebrates. So how can we use a vertebrate scale to measure the intelligence of something that's not vertebrate? Generally, it's thought that octopuses are more intelligent than other cephalopods because they can solve problems, they can use tools, and they can navigate mazes. However, squids are considered to be better at complex social communication and working together in shoals.
Not to humanize them. I know that I know some people really hate when folk use too many human terms, but they're the antisocials that are don't talk to me unless I need you to. And then the other ones are the squids are the popular kids.
Yeah.
Friends, but they're all ruthless underneath and narcissistic.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's what squids are. For sure. Traditionally, intelligence was associated with social animals like birds, mammals, associated with long parental care and with large vertebrate brains. But octopuses don't really have any of those things. And they're the closest thing to alien intelligence that we know. So my whole point there was just how can we measure if something is actually intelligent if all we have to compare it to is something that it isn't.
Yeah.
How do they exhibit their intelligence? They can exhibit it through their behavior. So they're active hunters. They're able to find and capture prey. This is thought to have been a driving force for their intelligence, and because they lost their shell, so they had to find other ways of defense. Another good way of defense is being able to hide, is being able to move, is being clever, getting your way out of problems.
It's a bit of the chicken and the egg. Did they become intelligent so they didn't need their shell anymore, so they lost it, or did they lose their shell for some reason and then they're like, fuck, I need to get smart?
They think they lost the shell and then went, fuck, I need to get smart.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
But then why would they lose the shell?
Too heavy or too energetically costly to make. Probably because they had to get away faster for some reason, so ditch the shell and you can move faster. But then they have to find another way to defend themselves. So they think that could be a reason why intelligence evolved in them. An example of how they use their intelligence to get prey is that crabs are their preferred food, but they're quite tricky to catch because they've got pincers, so they snap at you, and they're really fast. So some octopuses have been observed actually stealing them from human lobster traps.
Oh yeah.
So they've also been found as stowaways on fishing vessels inside containers that have crabs in them.
Nice. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. A crab buffet.
Yeah, literally they're solving the problem of I'm too lazy to chase after that.
And it's like, oh, the takeaway man is here. Yes.
They're also known to steal food from neighbouring tanks when they're kept in captivity. The Humboldt squid, we're going back to it for an example, was one of the first observations of cooperative hunting in invertebrates. So they hunt in shoals of up to 1,000 individuals.
1,000?
Yes. They rise from the depths.
I can't even count to 1,000.
They rise from the depths. They're usually quite deep, and then they rise at night to feed in these huge shoals, and they herd, krill is what they eat, so they herd it together really tightly against like rocks, and then they flash red and silver to confuse the krill and to signal to each other that they're about to attack. And then they go in for the kill.
That's dope.
Yeah. Octopus arms also allow them to manipulate objects and even use tools. Another example of an octopus, the blanket octopus. I think I did briefly mention them last episode.
Yeah.
They're the ones where the males and females look so different. They thought they were different species.
Yeah, they're different species.
The blanket octopus, I thought this was so cool. They steal the stinging cells of the Portuguese man o' war. Like, they rip them off and then use them as swords.
Dope.
Yeah. They take it and they use it to stab enemies or to capture prey.
I thought you were going to say it was like the sea slugs where they like nibble and like absorb it. And I was like, oh, cool, we've seen that. No. They use tools.
Yeah, this is just tool use, straight up.
But it's not even like, I found a rock. It's, I ripped this guy's arm off and now I have a sword.
Yeah, so they have to be intelligent enough to know, I'm watching your tentacles sting and kill other animals, so I know it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So if I take it and
I wonder how many of them died before they like...
before they evolved the resistance.
Well, not even the resistance, but like the ability to like go between the things, pull off one and not like... That would be like going up to a thistle, not getting pricked, taking off one little needle and then stabbing your mate with it.
Well, this is how complex their arms are and how like made of muscle and how flexible they are. They can just go in and... I don't think the blanket octopus are that big. It's probably be easier for them to get in and yank it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
More tool use is that some species use seashells or coconut shells for shelter. So they scoop out the mud that's accumulated in the sand and then they put the halves around themselves so that they're contained. They also carry them different places, so they can stiffen their arms, carry them to their burrows and use them like as a door to their burrow, which also shows that they're able to think ahead of time. So they're able
I want
to
my
think,
privacy.
They're able to go, this is going to be useful to me later on, so I'm going to keep it for later, which is also showing signs of intelligence.
That's really cool.
The Caribbean dwarf octopus is an example of one that does this. And during an experiment, they gave it Lego bricks, and it did that with Lego bricks. It built like a little door in front of its den.
It built a door?
Yeah, like it was taking things from here, taking it back to its
because if it put hinges on, that's another level, like.
Yeah, I got it with a little screwdriver. WD-40, make sure it's seamless. There's an example of an octopus that was kept in captivity called Otto, and it's to juggle hermit crabs. He would just juggle them for entertainment. It's kind of sick.
That is kind of cool.
I meant sick as in oh man, leave that poor guy alone.
Oh.
Leave the poor hermit crab be.
Oh.
Picking up the hermit crab and just.
I thought that might be dead.
No.
I thought it was live hermit crab and they were just started juggling the guy.
Yeah. He also threw rocks at the glass, and he would rearrange his tank to suit his taste. So if you would put new rocks in or take stuff out to clean it and put it back in, he would put it back the way he wants it or move things.
So he was a grouchy old man that could juggle.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this also shown their ability to like have a personality, I guess, because he likes it this way, so it has to be this way, and he moves it back to the way he likes it. It also kept. So they noticed in the aquarium they kept having blackouts and power cuts, which was really concerning because it was cutting out like the water fillers and things for the tanks. But they couldn't figure out why, because all the circuits seemed to be normal. So someone ended up having to sleep, like they had to take watch turns in the aquarium to try and figure out what was going on. And someone eventually noticed that this guy, Otto the octopus, was shooting water jets at a light bulb that was in front of his tank that was annoying him in the night. So he was shooting water to get it to go out so that it would be dark.
Oh my god.
But because of that, it was short-circuiting the whole system.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
They can shoot jets of water?
Yeah.
How?
They have siphons, so they take in water through their gills and then shoot it out the siphon.
Oh, that's how they propel themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, like the jet propulsion.
Yeah.
And that's how they pour water over their gills constantly, so that it's.
I remember that now. Yeah. But I didn't know they could shoot a little water gun. That's dope.
So what are the mechanisms for doing all this stuff? Well, cephalopods have the most complex nervous system of all the invertebrates. They have 500 million neurons, which is about as many as a dog has.
Oh.
But their brain to body ratio is similar to whales.
Okay.
And the main thing they have is super different from us, is a decentralised nervous system. So the main brain is like a donut shape, and it's wrapped around the esophagus.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I looked up why.
Yeah.
Apparently it's just like a leftover because they evolved from mollusks, so like shelled bivalves and things. And just the way the anatomy was and the way it evolved, it just ended up that way. Yeah, because it is a little like nerve ring that other mollusks have. So they kept the ring shape, and it just ended up. It ended up evolving. Well, the ring is the brain.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I mean, as in like they added more brain.
Oh, yeah, more brain power. Yeah.
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 That's crazy.
They have that. I also looked up because I thought, okay, so what if you just eat a really big meal? Do you like give yourself brain damage? Apparently the answer was technically yes, but they don't really because they chew with their beak, so they mush things up to a smaller size before they swallow.
Thought of it.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're not dumb.
That's the ultimate brain freeze right there.
We're actually not dumb.
Yeah, I would. Nah. I literally just before we did this, we ate, and there was like, this is so good that I don't want to stop, and then I proceeded to eat like 5 more bites.
You just have a really bad case of bloating. That's
you're
brain dead. Imagine. It's a ring shape because of its mollusk ancestor had a similar ring of nerves, and as the brain grew more complex, it just kept that shape. To compare it to humans, we have a central nervous system, so we have one central nerve cord, which is the spinal cord, and that acts as like the kind of highway of information going up and down your body. Octopuses have these highways in each arm, and they're called axial nerve cords.
Does that mean they experience more pain?
Oh, I didn't look at how much pain receptors they had.
Oh, I suppose, that would be a different thing. Because I was just thinking like, oh, nerves. Oof.
Oh, yeah, but it would depend if they have pain receptors, but I didn't specifically look up. As an interesting question. So that's why they say they have 9 brains, because they've got the one main brain and then little brains in each of the 8 arms.
Oh, so they have one brain and then 8 nervous systems.
Yeah, so they've got big bundles of nerves in each arm. 10% of their neurons are stored in their main brain. 30% are in their optic nerves for their eyes, 60% of their neurons are stored in their arms.
Mm.
And the arms are connected to each other through, yes, the main brain, but also through a structure called an interbranchial nerve ring.
Mm.
So you've got the main brain on top, then you have the nerve ring, and then the nerve ring connects all the arms together. So it allows the arms to perform complex movement independently of a signal from the main brain.
Oh. So could they, like, you know, the way you're like, oh, like, sometimes, like, you hear the thing of, like, a chicken, when you chop off the head, it's still running around. How long can they just, do they need their main brain?
There's something telling me that somewhere I have learned the arm will wriggle about for a while if you cut it off.
They do, because that's the food. Remember the food? Like, if you, like, they eat the raw, and it's like, and apparently you can feel it for a while as it goes down. Gross. But how long can it survive without its brain if it doesn't actually need its brain? What does it need its brain for?
Well, all the other functions. The arms are picking up stuff, but to, like, breathe, to see, to...
I suppose that's important.
Everything else.
She got us there. I suppose if I thought about that, if I sat on that one a little bit longer, I could probably have answered it myself.
A severed octopus arm can survive and function independently for up to an hour. Yeah. So each arm is connected to this ring by different axial nerves, and one arm is also directly connected to an other arm via intramuscular nerve cords, which allow the animal to sense, like, different arm positions and movements. I'm going to post, I did find a handy diagram. So I can, I'll draw out a wee diagram to post on the Instagram, because it will make this make much more sense. I think a visual thing for this will help. There's two sets of intramuscular nerve cords. The oral set that runs close to the sucker side of the arm, and the aboral set that runs on the other side of the arm.
Okay.
The oral set connects one arm to another arm 2 doors down type thing. So it doesn't connect it to the arm that's right next to it.
Oh, okay.
The one after that. Not a ton is known about why yet. There's still lots of new research developing on this. But it allows direct communication between further away arms. Yeah. So if you need to, for whatever reason, something's coming at you from the back and you need to...
I suppose you're not walking with two things right beside each other. You're walking with things either side of the...
Could be for that, yeah. And this sort of nerve ring allows all the arms to communicate sensory information to each other. The strongest connections are between the two closest arms, and they're able to synchronize movements if need be, like for camouflage or for behavioural mimicry.
I wouldn't do well to have one side
to be lopsided.
Well, yeah, but also I was just thinking, it's like, if I was an arm and I was connected to the one across from me, and across from me was like a purple bit of the coral, and I wasn't purple on this side, if I turned out purple, it would be shite camouflage.
Yeah, you'd be seen immediately.
Yeah.
And because each arm has large bundles of neurons, they don't need direct commands from the main brain. They have local
They just need
motor
vibes.
control and sensory processing. The brain gives like an overall view of what to do. Like it'll go, I want that crab. But then the arms themselves communicate and coordinate the movement on their own. So like for human brains, we're
That's like a boss is like, I want...
It's micromanaging itself.
And then all the bits and the bobs just go and do it for them.
Yeah. Cool. Like with human brains, we're like, without us consciously thinking about it, but it does like, I want to wave, so you're going to lift up your arm now, and then you're going to move it this way, and then move it this way. But their main brain isn't doing that. The arms are kind of working that out on their own.
That's like our lungs. We don't think about breathing.
Yeah, like
when somebody goes like,
hey,
you think about it. Yeah,
but
so
it's more like
the same thing?
No, because everything comes from our one brain, and every communication is sent through our spinal cord. So it'll be sent, and then it'll make its way from the spinal cord to the diaphragm or to the lungs.
I thought you... Oh, so it's not necessarily even the fact that it's conscious.
Yeah,
it's just not even there.
They're just... The arms aren't really telling the main brain, I'm going to do this now. They're working it out with their own little brain between themselves. The main brain is just going...
I wouldn't do well with that sort of system in me.
I want the crab.
I wouldn't do well with that sort of system in me at all. be going 8 different ways, like. I'd be just starfished. Maybe that's how starfish.
I just imagine you like you've got one arm for drinking Red Bull and then like 3 on different computers at the same time, and one is fixing something in the escape room with like a hammer. One's on the phone to Jeff. And because they have no bones, their direction of movement is also essentially limitless. So it's more efficient for the arms to send information and instructions back and forth to each other rather than have to go all the way back to the brain, because they have an infinite amount of possibilities of where they can move. Whereas we can just, all I can do is this. I can't really do much else, but they can.
I wish we did videos now.
I'm doing like a Mexican wave thing.
Badly though. And then you went bloop, 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 bloop at the same time. Because your brain couldn't do that like whoop, 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 without, you know what you did? You didn't even like do Mexican waves. You were like the alien of the Simpsons that
The
Burns,
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. You did the Mr. Burns alien.
Yeah, I did do that. That was pretty accurate.
Okay.
So the complexity of their arms mean that they are very tactile and they can actually taste through their suckers as well.
What can't they do through the sucker?
An experiment gave octopuses a choice between a crab and an inanimate object. The octopus would only touch with their arms and then decide what one was the crab. So they wouldn't even like bring it to their beak first to taste, is this real? They would just touch, be able to taste what it was, and then eat it. They found chemosensory cells that detect chemicals emitted by what they're touching.
Oh, that's quite
So
cool.
the sucker
They could be
can
bomb.
detect.
They could be bomb dogs too.
The octopuses and the bees, the dream team. Squids do have the same kind of system, but they have less processing ability in their central brain, and they rely more on like instinctive reflex responses. They're much less tactile and they rely more on vision. So this central coordination with independent action and unlimited movement of their arms allow octopuses to use tools and to solve problems. So they're kind of renowned for being able to problem solve, rather than rely on fixed just instinct responses.
I know I've just already come off a really big tangent, but there's a new movie that is literally about a woman working in an aquarium, and then like a problem child / man comes in and works with her, and he doesn't care, and she's like, no, this is how you clean the windows properly. And like, I've seen clips of it now, and they're like bond over it, but it's also narrated by an octopus.
That's stunning. I need to see this.
That like is trying to constantly escape.
I love that.
Yeah.
And when faced with a problem, a human would take time to think about which approach is best, either A or B. Meanwhile, an octopus sends its arms out to kind of investigate and do some digging, and it figures out A, B, C, and it already knows that A, B, and C have dead ends, but D is the ultimate solution because its arms have gone out, they've felt it out, they know what shape it is, they know what to do. Okay, I'm in a jar, I've felt this side, this side, this side, the top has a thing on it, so we're going to screw it, whereas humans tend to take a little bit longer to process all that stuff.
Oh, we don't have 9 brains.
Octopuses that were given screw top jars learned to unscrew them and to retrieve the food, which requires exploration, coordinated arm control, persistence, trial and error, different types of learning, and they also improved with experience. All this demonstrating their complex intelligence. Cuttlefish also demonstrate delayed gratification. So they were offered an immediate food source, but it was less preferred. But if they waited, they would receive their preferred food, which is evidence of decision making. They can go, okay, I'm going to wait a little bit longer and I'm going to get the crab. They have done maze experiments where octopuses can figure out and then remember successful paths, distinguish shapes, improve with trial and error and with repetition, which also demonstrates short and long-term memory. The ventral lobe is what is involved in long-term memory, and it's actually similar to the hippocampus in vertebrates.
Okay.
The hippocampus we mentioned before because it's named after the seahorse. Yeah. Because it looks like a seahorse, apparently.
Yeah. That's the also, well, it's, I think it's a sea cow horse thing. It's a Greek mythology animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It allows them to establish long-term memory and adapt to complex environments. Cuttlefish particularly have a strong memory. They remember what food was where they last found it, which is called episodic memory. Yes.
I'm just saying, I thought like cuttlefish were kind of like the lower scale of things.
No.
Oh, I thought they were like...
No, I think
Not
you're
as
getting them
smart
mixed up with
as-
the nautiluses.
No. It's not. It's not that I didn't think that they were more than the nautilus,
Yeah.
but I didn't think they were as smart as the octopus or the squid.
No, they're kind of like on par with the squid. They're
Oh.
good at... They're not as good with the problem-solving side of things, but they have more social intelligence.
Okay.
And they
But
can camouflage
they
just as
don't-
good as the other ones.
Can they do like the screwy on toppy things and stuff? Because they seem to have very
don't
small
think so.
little.
I
They're
don't
very
think so.
ood-like. I don't know, like for like. They're just.
Yeah, they're not...
Yeah.
Their like problem-solving ability isn't as advanced as octopuses are,
Yeah.
but they can still do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and they're emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
So they're empaths.
Yeah. They remember what food was where, which is called episodic memory, and they also learn the quality of food, that it changes over time. So they learned that in some experiments, shrimp were getting replenished slowly, but crabs were replenished really quickly. And then they could adapt their hunting strategies for whichever one they were going for. Episodic memory is linked to revisiting past experiences. We can't say for certain that like they're sitting up at night thinking about every bad decision they ever made.
So they're not anxious.
But they do.
They're social, not socially
have
anxious.
They have some capacity for thinking this happened in the past and revisiting it. Which brings me on to, can they dream? So cephalopods do create patterns on their skin when they're asleep. Studies observed octopuses cycling through...
They're dreaming!
Yeah, through active and quiet phases of sleep, similar to like REM sleep and then
That's
non-REM
cool.
sleep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it suggests that they're reliving what happened
throw on a
during their
Garmin
day.
watch on them and we'll see what happens. See the study it gets. Like.
It suggests that they're reliving what happened during their day because they noticed that it was similar colorations they were showing as to what happened during their day.
Oh, that's horrible.
Could be that. Other theories... Oh, sorry, go.
No. I was just imagining like if you had a really bad day and you just had to like completely relive it again.
Through your skin.
Yeah.
This is just one theory, but other theories for the colour changing in their sleep are they're practicing or maintaining their chromatophores. Researchers did look at like the brain activity when they were producing the patterns, and it's similar to when they're awake, like humans have when they're in REM sleep, which is the stage of sleep most dreams occur. So it's likely that they are dreaming, but we don't know for sure.
We don't know if it's like dreaming is in picture or dreaming is in like their body is just literally recreating the
like
last.
they might not be having a us when we see something happen. It just is a response that their body's doing. So do they have consciousness? Because if they can dream, are they aware of themselves? So the state of being aware of yourself, your surroundings, and how you feel about your surroundings and like perceive the external world is what consciousness is. So if intelligence evolved twice, consciousness in this sense
so
probably
you think it
did too.
like that moment, like with the eyes as well, and just came back into the same kind of focus.
Yeah. So there's this whole debate. Sometimes in some countries they're recognised as being conscious sentient beings, in some countries they aren't. So they have different rights in different places.
Yeah, because some places you're not allowed to test on them or like eat them while they're alive, and they have to be humanely.
Yeah. The UK is one of those countries. They don't run on fixed reflexes, but their behaviour is flexible and it's very context dependent. So in my opinion, I think there's a strong argument for consciousness. Like they're aware that they exist.
Yeah. They're socially anxious at nighttime.
I don't
everything.
think they have existential crises like we do. But I do think they're aware of themselves and they have consciousness. So today we learned that cephalopods have a decentralised nervous system with arms that can process information independently. They can solve problems, squids are extroverts, and octopuses are your socially awkward emo cousin you only see on special occasions. And they dream about their days. I wonder if they have nightmares or if they do, what they would be. Comment what you think octopuses dream about. So what's your favourite fact?
I think in general the fact that they have so much different like intelligence in like different parts of their body.
Yeah.
Like I think my interesting fact is the fact that like their arms can work independently but together.
Yeah, me too.
But separate but together.
Yeah, me too.
That and the fact that the humble bolt
Humboldt.
is like 1,000 strong of a shoal, and they still don't like each other.
They come together to hunt and mate, and then don't talk to each other the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah. You're like ideal.
Yeah, my favourite fact is the arms having intelligence as well.
Yeah. Oh, and the donut-shaped brain.
Yeah.
That's a nice little. I'm bringing that out in my favourite fact at some point. It's like, did you know?
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode all about octopus intelligence. We hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what your favourite fact was in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell all of your friends about us. Also, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for any bonus content to do with the episodes. And as always, stay curious. Bye!